All right, let's try this again. Hi, everybody. I'm Taylor. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the internet. Welcome to whatever the hell. This is my second attempt recording this video. The first time around, I had no sound because I'm an idiot and I hate the stupid design feature on this mic. I know it's a comic book review channel. We're going to get to it in a second. Pro tip, don't touch this top of the mic. It mutes things. And if you're not familiar with it, it'll take you forever to try to figure out what the hell's going on. And you're not going to realize that while you're recording the video because the indicator's a red thing and I just didn't have it in my line of sight showing up that it was red. So I had a brilliant analysis of this comic book ready to go. So now we're going to go for the second most brilliant. Second verse, same as the first. Second time's a charm. Second time, your mom. I don't know, whatever. Let's do this. CVO, Covert Vampiric Operations, is a weird as hell trade paperback from IDW Comics. Written by two folks, Alex Garner and then Jeff Mariotte. Mariotte? I don't know, pronouncing things is hard. Illustrated by two people. First, Mindy Lee, and then Gabriel Hernandez. It's a weird book. It's two issues, or two standalones, two one-shots, two whatever the hell you want to call it. Things about vampires. The Covert Vampiric Operations team. Yeah, you can win this book, by the way. I should have said that first, but I was too busy ranting about this goddamn mic. Anyways, stick around to the end of the video to figure out how to win this book. Or fast forward to the end if you hate me and don't want to give me view hours and just want to win free shit. So, I'm going to push this off a little bit to the side so I can flail about whilst reviewing this. We still sound. We are good to go, people, for the next couple minutes anyways. All right, the premise of this book is interesting enough. It is basically CIA, FBI, wet works, undercover, hidden government elite unit of vampires. Not bad, right? And then they're all trying to like stop the bad guys by any means necessary, killing, sucking blood, doing whatever they do. And there's also this stuff called artilica, which are these weird weapons that have magical abilities, but there's some strange combination of technology and magic and whatever. That's the sort of MacGuffins in the world. Kind of ridiculous, but I've heard more ridiculous. And I think this probably would be a fun TV property, like a CW or Netflix or something, where you're really not expecting anything super serious. You just have cheesy, over-the-top acting and a lot of blood-sucking, and nothing takes place during daylight because, vampires. As a comic book, there's some issues. Get it? Issues. Comic book issue. Oh, let's just rename my channel Comic Book Issues. It's probably taken. But, yeah, it's uneven for a couple reasons. The first, biggest, most noticeable reason is there's a different writer from issue 1 to issue number 2, and a different artist from issue number 1 to issue number 2. But also, like, plot and pacing and storyline and everything else, it's pretty uneven. You can sort of tell it's early comics works for the artist, especially, I think, Mindy Lee, I'm guessing, is very early in her career. She's still making comics, I believe, or illustrations and stuff, and according to her Instagram, it looks like she's got a lot more refined and polished and stuff. This is sort of just reads as pretty computery, pretty computer-colored, sparse backgrounds, difficult to tell what's going on in some of these transitions, and just kind of like, I think would do like an editor. I think would have done great things with this book as far as that goes. But some of the characters look a lot alike, and it's hard to tell them apart. And then the character designs, yeah, they're interesting, and they change a whole lot because that's Mindy. And then you get to Gabriel Hernandez, who I know is still making comics. The art of the game is very different, and the character design is vastly different, and the characters, they just don't look at all like they did in the first issue. So you're like, what in the hell's going on? Who in the hell's going on? I tend to like Hernandez's stuff better. I think it's more dynamic, and I think it's more, I like the sort of inky darkness, and I like the sort of watercolory look better than the computer-generated look. But it's very still kind of stiff, and I think still reads as fairly early. That said, I think it's better directed, and I think the storytelling's a bit better as far as the visual art goes in the second issue with Hernandez's stuff. The stories themselves, there's not a whole lot to it. There's you get your cocky, I'm going to break the rules for the good of the mission vampire. You get the ex-supermodel vampire who's going to use her supermodel-y ways. You get the buy-the-books guy. And then you get the head of the team who's got a shady past and or is treating the people kind of like crap while hiding things from them and whatever. And then there's a demonic figure. It's pretty tropey in that regards. I don't mind it, that part of it. I kind of think the tropes sort of fit and sort of work for all this. Like I think it is sort of like a B action flick with vampires. But the story pacing is just kind of like the first. They both issues just kind of abruptly sort of end with not like the main A plot's resolved, but the B plot's just sort of left dangling and never gets back to in any of them. And then there's hints of character background in the first one, not at all touched on in the second. The Jeff Mariotte just doesn't seem interested in the background of the characters, really, at least in this thing. And then. Yeah, again, just a very abrupt ending and like weird pacing and like the storytelling, especially in the second one, it's like, oh, we're going here, no, we're going back to here, we're going here, we're going back to here, we're going here, we're going back to here. And I think they're trying to make it a joke, but it just reads as like a really annoying device. Yeah, there's some fun stuff that Jeff Mariotte does. They have these things called plate lickers. A little bit of spoilers, but they're zombies, and if the zombies eat the bodies to clean up the scene, which I thought was kind of fun, but then they can also absorb the memories and sort of become the person they ate. So that gets put to use in here. Do I like this book? Not really. I mean, would I recommend it? Your mileage may vary. If you're into like cheesy vampire horror, you might get a lot more out of this than I did. It's not necessarily my bag. I wanted to read this because it was right around Halloween, and it was the next on the stack, folks. I would not have paid $20 for this. I'm glad I didn't, and I don't think the next person should either, so you can win it, and I'll get to that in a second. But it's not horrible. It's just weird. It's the fact that there's two vastly different artists and two different writers with two different storytelling styles that just sort of get chunked together into one little 2-issued volume is a bit bizarre. It's about 120-ish pages, and so you have for example, this is the sort of wrap up. Not going to spoil it, but that's not quite the wrap up, but you're getting there of the second issue with Gabriel Hernandez, right? And then for the extra things, you get the character designs by Mindy Lee, which are just very different, and they don't really. Oh no, these are character designs by Alex Garner, the third artist. Sorry, I'm mistaken. So like Alex Garner does the covers, I think, of the individual issues, has his own character designs, and none of the artists paid any attention to that really, other than maybe the Demon Nicodemus kind of looks like that especially when drawn by Mindy, but like it's all just kind of the artist is like, I'm just gonna draw this however the hell we feel like it, and it kind of makes it a little bit tricky to follow because like these characters are much more like typical body and stuff, but and with the Gabriel Hernandez, and like they're more superhero-y and clunky and stuff, and like the computer gradients and all that. With Mindy, it is just a jarring transition for a lot of ways, and then the stories themselves are just pretty much like, okay, that happened. It nothing horrible about it, but nothing super exciting, and I think they kind of have wasted the potential of the idea. I think the idea is fun. I just think this book doesn't capitalize on it well enough. That said, if you want to win this, here's how. First of all, please be subscribed to my channel. Please like this video. Please hit the notification bell so you know when I go live or when I drop new videos so you can figure out if you've won this one. And then be a U.S. resident. And then the only other thing I ask is that you leave a comment down below in the comment section letting me know a good horror comic or your favorite horror comic or some horror comic that actually struck you and had an impact that you actually enjoyed. If you didn't like any horror comics, I don't know, just leave a comment saying the word horror. Not horror. Not horror. Horror. Unless it's a horror book about horrors. Whichever. Enunciation. It matters, folks. So yeah, that's how you can win this one. I will today. This is video is dropping on November 2nd. I will announce the winner on November 9th of 2021. So you have a week. In order to find out if you won it, you're going to have to watch next week's video. I'm not going to reach out to you and stuff because part of what I'm trying to do here is grow this channel, get more folks involved, turn it into a bit of a community of trade paperback reading, watching, reviewing, all that kind of stuff. And in order for me to do that, I need you to keep watching them. I've had a stack of books that I've never given away because the people never claimed them. So if you want to win this, you have to claim it. You have to reach out to me if you win it, and reach out to my Instagram, which is linked down below, Empty Thought Balloon. And I'll get it out to you. Just drop me your address, and if it's a U.S. address and you want it, it's yours. If you don't watch the video, and you're never going to find out if you won this, because I'm not going to tell you. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. It's free shit. I'm not sorry at all. Just watch videos. It's really not that hard. That said, the winner of last week's video is... Oh, I pointed in the right direction for once. Oh my god, I had 2 takes on this video to get this right. I pointed the wrong way last time. Anachronic Comics. Anachronic, reach out to me via Instagram, and the copy of Fish Police from last week is yours. So, yeah, there you have it, folks. Just that simple. Now, if Anachronic reaches out to me, he wins Fish Police. If he didn't, tough titty toenails, no Fish Police for him. Which, it's not that good a book, so it's probably no great loss. But, yeah, please don't just go blabbing everybody either that they won. That also defeats the purpose. I'm just really trying to get people to watch these things. And if you don't like watching them, just don't watch them. That's fine. But then don't enter the contest to win. Just don't be that jackass. So, if you want to win free shit, just keep watching my stuff. It's really not that hard. And enough ranting on that, rambling, whatever I'm doing. What postulating? No, that's a hypothesis. I'm just standing on a soapbox yelling down from the mountaintop. I'm mixing metaphors. I'm going all over them. I'm a mess today. Hot mess, people. It took me 2 times to do this, and that's 2 times more than I like. So, all right, that said, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for watching. And even if your computer freezes up, you touch the wrong part of your microphone, euphemisms, don't be a dick. See ya.